Hi, everybody. I'm Dina Dillon. I'm here with Debbie Antonelli, with BMAC, and with our celebrity guest for this hour, Jwaundace Candece, also known as JC. Hey, JC.
Hey, how are you?
JC, let me just tell everybody, she is a famous actress, a famous stunt woman. She was a pro wrestler a little bit because of her athletic ability, and she's a businesswoman. And I'm just going to read a few credits because it's so impressive. And I did not know, because we're friends, I've not studied your resume that super closely until this morning, and I'm looking. For 6 years, you've been nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Award. That's pretty impressive. And sometimes twice. And those credits include Loki, Lovecraft, Avengers Endgame, Watchmen, Avengers Infinity War, Black Panther, Captain America, Civil War. She's been nominated for Screen Actors Guild Awards for all of those.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I'm so honored to have worked on all of those. You named them, but I'm like even shocked, like, wow, it's true.
You're like, that was me?
That was me.
So JC, tell us a little bit about how you got into acting. I love this story.
Well, I moved to LA in 2000 to be an actress, but everybody's moving there still today. And I started on this wrestling show because I needed a job, and I became World Tag Team Champion. And because of that career, it catapulted my stunt career, because I got noticed on television when UPN was a television network. And I started doing stunts for Queen Latifah. And while I was pursuing a stunt career, because it paid the bills, obviously, I started attending acting classes at Yvonne and Chubbuck Studios, Beverly Hills Playhouse, Groundlings, all of those prominent schools in LA, to transition into acting. So I'm doing a little bit of both now, and I'm so grateful.
Now, you said something about Queen Latifah. You've done a lot of stunts for her, but you also were nominated for MTV Movie Award, correct?
Yes, my first stunt, and I just put it on my IG page, was Bringing Down the House, where I stunt doubled for her when she had the big fight scene with Missy Powell in the bathroom on the Steve Martin movie. That was so much fun. So because of that, she wanted me to do all of her movies and TV shows after that. So she kind of carried me along, and I owe my stunt career to Queen Latifah. So I'm so grateful.
Well, I think it's fun that you are here supporting 24 Hours of Nothing But Net for us. And so is Missy Pyle. She has been on for a couple of years.
Oh, I love her. She's sweet.
Yeah. That's how BMAC has some very specific questions for you, I think.
Okay, next to basketball, my next favorite thing is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm not going to ask you about any upcoming things you might be in, because Kevin Feige might come out of the air somewhere and shoot me down.
Right, exactly.
So I want to know about the experiences on Loki and on, more recently, the Spider-Man No Way Home. I saw you on Damage Control on that. I told my mom, it's like Where's Waldo? When I see you, I was like, oh, there she is. There's JC. But just those. What were those two?
Like? Well, Loki was so amazing because I got hired as a stunt performer, and I got upgraded, and I had to audition on the spot to be an actor on the show, because one of the actors had tested positive that morning, and they needed my type. And the stunt coordinator was like, JC, the director want to see you. I told her you got acted. I had to memorize some lines within 5 minutes and booked it right on the spot. So I was so grateful to that. And it was so much fun just seeing the behind the scenes on how, they brought Loki together, because I didn't know the story of Loki. And I think it's so amazing to have a TV show after him. And switching to Spider-Man, pretty much the same thing. I got hired to be a stunt driver, but then I auditioned for an NDA Marvel show. And I booked it, and come to find out it was the same Spider-Man. So I'm so grateful to my agents at Lorraine and RCM and making that happen for me. So I was so excited to that.
Yes, that's awesome.
I'm curious about your athleticism, JC, like your background, like to be able to do the stunts that you do.
I grew up with boys, and so I was the youngest of my cousins. So whenever we played hide, climbing the trees or jumping on bikes, which is motorcycles and all that, they didn't care if I was a girl, because it was like 6 against me. And they were like, well, you want to run with the boys, you got to act like the boys. So I got my toughness, I attributed to the Belcher boys, I call them, my cousins on my dad's side. So they helped me be tough. So it it pretty much comes naturally to me to be athletic. And my specialty is fight scenes and cars, which I really like, and fire. I'm obsessed with firework.
Okay, so you got Bringing Down the House 20 years ago. to all the Marvel stuff that Dina and BMAC are talking about.
Yes.
Do you have, like, I get this asked of me all the time of my career, like, what's your favorite moment? Do you have a favorite scene? Do you have a favorite stunt that you've competed in?
Well, of course, I think my greatest accomplishment was working on Spider-Man, because I got to be an actor in it. So, and a lot of scenes got cut because one of the lead actors, the damage control agents, had to go do another show. So, but it was just such an honor to be an actor on that show. But my favorite, I guess, stunt I ever performed was when I got set on fire and I had to crash through a window and I'm still on fire. Then I had to run and hop on a motorcycle and speed off on fire, all on fire. So that was
Wow.
kind of like my dream job, to do 2 stunts in one. I know that sounds like.
And it was on a show. I'm worried about you that's your favorite thing.
How many takes? How many takes?
It was one take.
Wow.
Because they had to, well, they shot the first take of crashing through the window. Then I had to, fall into the police car to hop on the motorcycle. All one take though.
Okay, JC, as an actor, as a fellow actor, I always think it's really fun to play something out of character. You are such a nice, wonderful person. But I read in your bio that when you were working on as a wrestler, you got hired and you insisted you had to be one of the heels. You wanted to be a bad guy.
I love being bad guys, because I feel like my life is all about being an all-around girl and a good mom and, a great friend. And then I want to be a villain sometimes, but on screen, so it's always fun to transition to be the bad guy. And so I have a role coming up where I'm in a movie opposite Morgan Freeman. It's called Paradise Highway. So you'll get to see a little bit of that. That's all I'm saying to that. But I look forward to that, because just having scenes with Morgan Freeman is my utmost.
I am so sorry. That was my puppy. Just ran under my desk here.
That's okay. It's live TV from the driveway. Anything goes.
Yeah,
that's
anything
right.
goes.
So sorry about that. Now, JC, but you are also a businesswoman. You started a website?
I started a website called Stuntpoc, STUNTPOC, which stands for Stunt Performers of Color, because with the growing number of stunt performers of color, doubling actors who range from Black actors to African to Latina to Middle Eastern, Asian, they're having a hard time finding talent to double the actresses. So I created a website, and it's throughout the United States and Canada, to make it easily accessible to find stunt performers to double or for stunt acting roles. So you could go on there, anyone could go over there and do a search if you want to have a stunt double Dina or whoever for your next movie. You could go on there and find, if you're having a hard time finding a Michelle Rodriguez double, you could go on there and hit Latina 5'4", 118 pounds, and all of this talent will come up.
Well, I love your energy no matter what you're doing, but I especially appreciate you bringing it to 24 hours of nothing but net to help out Special Olympics.
Thank you.
Tell us why you're willing to take the time out of your busy schedule to help us.
Well, Special Olympics has always been my utmost. I mean, I've been dealing with Special Olympics since I was a kid, because my handicap, believe it or not, was speech. And I still have a hard time, I was speech impediment. I had a hard time pronouncing words growing up. And I joined the theater so that it could perhaps work my way out of the shyness, because a lot of that, I feel like my handicap was overcoming shyness, and I still deal with speech impediment. And also I'm a little bit dyslexic when I read, and also when I write numbers, I have to read the numbers over again because I'm writing them backwards or anything like that. So things are always a challenge. And that's why it's important for me to do Special Olympics, because I'm overcoming my adversity. And that's why it's important for me as an actor, I have to be off book when I do auditions, because if not, and I got to read, I may be reading the wrong words and reading backwards. So I have to I still have personal struggles, even now as I'm speaking, with some of my speech that's going on. So, and I always have a passion for everyone who participates in the Special Olympics.
Well, that's our motivation right there, our guy Frankie. I mean, he's going to keep me going in the driveway, Jwaundace, and so are you, JC.
Yes, thank you.
You're absolutely amazing. I love your energy. You're so infectious. And you said this off camera. We are having a happy hour by Zoom.
Yes, we are having a happy hour. That's confirmed.
When this event is over, we're going to do it.
Yes.
Well, I can't
thank you so much, JC, for joining us, and we appreciate you giving us your time.
Thank you for having me anytime. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.